Hello, folks. It's a pretty decent night. Scene's not all that good, but I'm out imaging Jupiter and Saturn, and right now I'm running a series of AVI captures on that pristine planet Saturn. So let me take you there. It's WinJupos, and there's our let me help center this. There's that beautiful,
hey guys,
beautiful planet. I'm on another where to get out of that. Okay, we're back to, I was on a Discord conversation with some fellow astro imagers who are imaging tonight, and we were comparing some of the captures that we have gotten so far. Scene's not real good. The planet's hopping all over the place, and we do have clear skies though, and anytime there are clear skies, wow, I'm outside, and I don't care how bad or good scene is. I'm going outside and have some fun. I have let's see where my surveillance camera is. It's not turned on, so let's turn that on. Take a look at where the telescope is. This is an SCT Celestron Edge 8-inch, and that it's the only camera that's uncovered. And I have an ASI 224 imaging camera. So there's a atmospheric dispersion filter attached. And of course I have a UV-IR cut filter also, and a 2.5x PowerMate TeleView PowerMate on to help enhance the magnification. But Saturn's been scene's actually getting better. When I first started, this thing was bouncing all over, and it's settled down somewhat. That's good news. PhD just made a correction, and I saw Saturn jump about 50 pixels. I hope not. That means PhD's not behaving very well. But a few pixels here and there can, at this focal length, will make your target move big time. So here we are. What I'm doing is I started a sequence, and I'm taking 20 movie files. They're going to be AVI files. I'm taking 20 of them, and I'm taking as many frames as I can capture at 25, 26, 27 frames per second in a 2-minute period. I really don't want to go much beyond 2 minutes because of the rotation of the planet. And when I do Jupiter, I don't go more than 1 minute. It's a faster rotating planet. And then I stack them together in WinJupos, which helps to solve the rotation issue. But I'm going to finish taking these, and then I'm going to head over to Jupiter, and then we'll take a look at that, and we'll set up an imaging session there. So right now I'm going to put you guys on pause while I finish this sequence, and then it's off to Jupiter to locate it, center it, and focus on it, and then start an imaging run. And I will see you then, or I'll be right back with you. Okay, we have finished that run, so let's take our guiding and put it on. It is terrible. Looky, my deck, I bumped the mount, and I've got my polar alignment all messed up. So we're going to stop guiding, come back and bring up our planetarium software, and we want to go to Jupiter. So let's slew there, and the mount's headed over there now, and it should be there. Let's bring up our, I actually use this, I use the finder, well, not the finder, the guide scope, kind of like a finder scope. And so there's Jupiter and the moons, and I need to bring it down. Let's go south. And are we looping? Yeah, we should be. So, oh, I know, we got 2 seconds. Let's go down to 1/10 of a second. It'll make Jupiter a little smaller, but it'll also move quicker. And let's bring up our hand controller, and let's bring it back up, and let's increase our rate to, let's say, 2 times sidereal. Now let's go south. And we'll want to go west. I think I went too far. I did. And let's go north just a tad. And that ought to be close. So let's go back. Alright, now you want to let's bring up a larger field of view, and let's lower our gain to 250, and let's lower our there you go. Now we got our crosshairs messed up. Let's no crosshairs, and let's bring them back, and let's go back to a view of auto, and let's center Jupiter. We need to go north, and west a tad. Alright, let's go get PhD2. Let's clear this stuff out, and let's find a guide star, and let's start guiding. Let's raise our guide rate to 2 seconds, and then we'll come back out to Jupiter, and let's probably gonna leave the focus alone, and maybe move it, let's increase our, let's go back up to 150, bring up our focuser. We're using a Moonlight electronic focuser, and let's try going out 10. It's just hard to tell. I'm gonna come back. won't have a great red spot. I'm not going to have a great red spot tonight because I'm not going to stay up for it, but we'll go over to WinJu post, and if you'll go up here and click on Tools, Ephemerides, and click that, and then select Jupiter, and then hit real time. We've got the moon low out here. If I raise up the exposure, we should be able to see it, but I'll run the time up until we get the great red spot, and there it is. It'll become visible at 6:36 in the morning minus 4 hours. That'll be 2:36 because that's on UTC. So 4 hours, I'm at Eastern Standard Time. It'd be 2:36 in the morning, and I'm not staying up for that. But for those so inclined, let's see what else is going to happen. See if there's going to be any transits. Nah. So no moons crossing over. Let's see what Europa's doing. Oh, Europa's going on the other side. So, okay, well, we'll go back to real time, and this is what we're getting now. And we can go back out to our imaging run, which we'll go right now. Okay, the geometry of Jupiter's all messed up, so it needs to tilt around. This is north down here, this is south, but I'll do that in Reggie Stacks. And we don't need the focuser, we can close that out. So let's go up to capture, and let's start capture, and I want to change the time limit to 1 minute, and I want to take 20. I better check and see when this thing flips. I'm using an equatorial mount, and hang on just a minute. Ooh, Saturn, let me make sure I'm on real time here. Time, yeah, it's now. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So Saturn's going to transit in a few minutes. It's going to transit 11:45, and that's in about 7 minutes. So it's getting ready to transit, and Jupiter is going to transit at 1 o'clock. I have plenty of time. So I'm going to take this I'm going to take this series of 20 different AVI files. I'm going to have a pause between AVI files of 5 seconds, and I'm going to take as many as I can take in 1 minute. Now I would like to raise my frame rate some, so there's a couple of ways I can do that. First, I'm going to have to cancel this out. I can lower my exposure. I can change my region of interest, and I can bump up the now I'm now at 72 frames. I can bump up. I was advised by a member of our astronomy organization that all I need is about 50. I need this histogram, the big white line, to be about at the 50% mark, and so I'm going to change this to 13 milliseconds, and we're about there. So let's go back to our capture plan, start capture. We're at 76 frames per second. The time limit's going to be 1 minute. I'm going to do 20 of these, 1 minute, and we'll see how many we get. So let's start, and we're starting to capture, and I want to count We have 53 seconds left. So we have 50 seconds left. We have 800. So 1,000 was about 15 seconds. So we should take 4,000 frames during this 1 minute. So 4,000 frames in 1 minute, and then I'll keep probably 1,000 of them, 25%, and stack those in auto stacker. Apply some auto balance, color auto balance, curves, an S curve, and brighten it with the histogram stretch, and then add some wavelets to give it some sharpening, and finish it off in Photoshop. We have 19 left. So we were close. We were a little bit over 4,000 frames during that run, so that's going to be okay. And so I will finish this off, and then seeing how much energy I have left. I'm a sports photographer, and since 4 o'clock this afternoon I've been walking the sidelines of a football field for a game that started at 7. There were a lot of pregame activities that were going on, so I was there for those, and that didn't end until right at 10 o'clock. So I hurried home and jumped in and out of the shower, uncovered my scope, and here again is we're going to go back to this. Here is the telescope that's the camera's turned off, because I'll let it turn off. Let's see if we can reload it. Here we are. Saturn's over here, and Jupiter is where we're aimed, is right in here. So except for these little trees right here, which don't bother me at all because they're about 15%. What was that bug? What the heck is that? Flying around the got a friend. Weird things show up at night. Rabbits come from nowhere and eat my wife's flowers that are in up and down this bank here. But at any rate, that's the SET that's doing imaging tonight. I'm going to put this back to auto, and see if I can move this to the one in the center, and we're off and running. So that's about it. I will be back when I start processing. In fact, let's process one of them now, then I'll turn you loose. So let's go to open up, and let's go to well, I never changed the name to Saturn. Alright, let's go down here and grab a Jupiter. We'll just grab the first one and open it up, and we're going to clear those align points. We have planet, local, don't want to double stack. Okay, we're going to analyze, which will take a few seconds. Now I'm going to drink some more coffee. If I'm going to stay awake and do any of this, I'm going to where quality wise, this line is costing about 25%, which is what I figured, so I'm going to keep 25% of the frames. That means that 25% of the frames are above the 50% line. That doesn't necessarily mean above the 50% line are good frames. Probably above the 75% line would be better frames, but I wouldn't have enough to play around with. So most of these, 75%, are below this line, so it's just the nature of scene and probably focus. So with that being said, let's apply our line points. I'm going to choose 48 and may change that. Let's see what that does. That's fine. And I'm going to do no sharpening. I'll have RGB aligned because this is a ASI 224 color camera, and let's go ahead and stack it and see how that works. Okay, we're finished with auto stacker, so we can minimize that. Let's bring up Reggie Stacks. And select, let's see, I think we want to go here. Nope. Guessed wrong. Here, yep. Nope. And let's show full image. I don't look very sharp. So RGB color balance, and minimize that, close it. Gamma, you don't double click it, Ed, and make some align points. I'm just going to dumb down the darks. I want to bring the darks back up again. What I don't want, I just personally don't like it, is a defined line around Jupiter. I like it to kind of fade away. But I can add contrast here. And just a slight S-curve, I love it. Let's stretch it some. We'll split the difference. Come on, grab it. And we'll go back there. That may be too much. And so that's about all we can do here. And let's go and load. I've got several of these. Let's just try Jupiter there that I did on 8/21. Okay. I don't think I'm going to toy around with the sharpening because that looks okay. Let me go ahead and orient this right. Chill. Let's get north and north. Well, a little bit more. I wanted just a tad bit more. Too much. I like a little bit of on its axis. Okay. Well, I can sharpen it some in Photoshop. Can't sharpen it much. There's nothing really that works in sharpening as powerful as Photoshop is. Smart Sharpen, Unsharp Mask, using high pass filter, any of those and all of those have an effect on it that's unbecoming, in my opinion. You almost just have to accept the fact that you've just taken an image of an object that isn't close in conditions that have a lot of thermal activity, and seeing conditions aren't good. So if you can get and make out that you've got a planet in front of you, I guess it's a gracious plenty. But I'm missing detail up here and detail down around here, and it's just not a, it is what it is. So I'm not saving this. We're just going to go ahead and shut this down, and no, I don't want to save it. We're going to take some more. I'm going to have to, as soon as the moon gets, let's see where the moon is tonight. It should be hitting the horizon by now. Oh, it's all right. We are, how high are we? altitude, 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 9 degrees. So when it gets about 16 degrees, 17 degrees, it just rises above a house, and I'm going to go to the moon, and I will fix my focus. It's much easier for me to focus on the moon, and the features are a little more defined. It's closer, and there's more clarity and brightness to dim down, and so you can it's just a much easier object in the sky that you can focus on. So I want to let me find out something here. Let's see. I want to go I want to watch Jupiter, and I want to okay, about right there. That ought to be about, let's see, that ought to be about 22 degrees. Let's see what it is. Altitude, 19 degrees. So okay, what time is that? That will be 12:45. So a little less than an hour I'll be able to focus this. So at 12:45, let's see, it's 11:55 now, so at 12, in about 45 minutes I'm going to focus on the moon. I'll be done with that run, and then I'm going to take another series of 20 of Saturn and another series of 20 of Jupiter, and I will be out like a light at that time. So with that being said, I want to wish everybody a absolutely great weekend, and I have clear skies forecast for tomorrow night and the next night, and I'll probably image live tomorrow night if the skies hold, and we'll see what happens. So good night everybody, and have a great weekend.